Rape can have an enduring impact on the lives and health of victims, their families, and their communities. Although the majority of sexual offences are committed by men, both men and women perpetrate sexual violence, and both are also victims of sexual violence. Despite the fact that so many people are rape victims, rape and sexual assault remain the most underreported crimes in South Africa. Barriers to reporting sexual crimes include: personal barriers include the fear of not being believed or being accused of lying. Male victims especially fear retaliation and victimization. They also fear that the judge or the magistrate in their case will be male. Relational barriers include feeling of pity and love towards the abuser. Procedural barriers also exist, such as the criminal justice system's unwillingness to accommodate the needs of victims by way of, for example, the use of interpreters. Communication barriers include the unavailability of braille, audio tape, or sign language interpreters to assist victims with disabilities. Another common problem is that the person who takes the statement does not always understand the language spoken by the rape victim. For example, when an English-speaking police member has to take a statement from a Xhosa-speaking victim. Physical barriers exist, such as the lack of physical access to police or social workers. This includes victims who do not have access to transport needed to report the crime in person and a lack of access to buildings for victims with disabilities. Jurisdictional barriers include the fear of retaliation or intimidation by the abuser, especially when combined with a lack of confidence that the legal process will result in a conviction. There are also attitude barriers, such as when service providers, for example, argue that a girl who leaves a shebeen at 2 o'clock in the morning must be a sexual worker. Social cultural barriers exist when there is a preference for some form of culture means to resolve disputes, such as the payment of damages by the abuser. And then there's financial barriers, which include the fear of losing economic support from the abuser, such as transport and accommodation. The underreporting of rape and other forms of sexual assault is not unique to South Africa. In fact, it's a global problem that needs to be addressed, as sexual assault has a devastating, long-term impact on victims, such as post-traumatic stress disorder and depression. It also has the potential of life-changing sexual diseases and infections, as well as unwanted pregnancies. What is most shocking, however, is that many women who have suffered from this ordeal do not report it to the authorities or even tell their loved ones about the rape or sexual assault. The general perception of rape victims is that society is unsympathetic. It's time for civil society and the authorities to support rape victims, and in doing so, to encourage one another to speak out. Reporting sexual crimes and getting help. Sexual crime can be reported to the SAPS, at the Gender-Based Violence 24-hour call center, at Rape Crisis, and you can find some help with the South African Depression and Anxiety Group. Thanks for watching this video. We hope that you will share it among your loved ones, friends, and family members, so that we all get the message that sexual crime needs to be reported and that we support one another. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and that you can also subscribe to our monthly Safety and Security magazine.